You know the exact scene I'm talking about. Enter the Dragon, 1973. Bruce Lee steps onto the balcony, turns his back to the camera, and suddenly his lats flare out like a king cobra spreading its hood. Here is the insane part. Bruce Lee weighed 135 pounds. That is it. Yet he looked wider, more dangerous, and more physically imposing than bodybuilders twice his size. Most guys in the gym are obsessing over their biceps and their chest, chasing a pump that disappears in an hour. But Bruce Lee understood the ultimate biological cheat code for a dominant physique. Today, I am going to show you exactly how to build a back so wide it blocks out the sun. No BS, just the raw mechanics of the Cobra lats. The anatomy of width. Before we touch a single weight, you need to understand the machinery of your own body. The latissimus dorsi, your lats, are the single largest muscle group in your entire upper body. They wrap around your ribs, anchor to your spine, and tie directly into your pelvis. When you actually force these muscles to grow, they do not just get thicker, they literally push your arms outward. They alter your entire skeletal silhouette. This is what creates that aggressive, wide V-taper. It creates an optical illusion. Your waist instantly looks narrower, and your shoulders look twice as wide as they actually are. That is the Cobra effect. But here is the brutal truth. If we hooked you up to an EMG machine right now and tracked your muscle activation during a typical back workout, the results would be embarrassing. The vast majority of guys are not training their back at all. They are just doing really heavy, really ugly bicep curls while bending over. Their lats are completely asleep. You see guys loading up machines, pulling with their arms, jerking their necks around, and wondering why their back still looks like a flat ironing board. If you want Bruce Lee's width, you have to stop pulling with your ego and start pulling with your anatomy. Let's fix this right now. The vertical foundation. Exercise number 1 is the exact movement that built Bruce Lee's foundation, the wide grip pull-up. And I'm starting here deliberately because this is where 90% of people fail. Science has proven this time and time again. When you do chin-ups with your palms facing you, your biceps take over the lift. It is a great arm builder, but a terrible lat builder. But when you switch to a wide overhand grip, you biomechanically disadvantage the biceps. You force the lats to carry the load. But grabbing the bar is only step 1. Here is the secret that nobody teaches you. Jump up and grab the bar. Stop. Do not bend your elbows yet. First, forcefully pull your shoulders down and away from your ears. Lock them into your back pockets. That one micro movement, scapular depression, is the switch that turns your lats on. Now, you initiate the pull, but forget about getting your chin over the bar. That is ego talking. Instead, imagine there are strings attached to your elbows. Drive your elbows violently down toward the floor. As you rise, your upper chest should be driving toward the bar. Then comes the most important part of the entire movement, the descent. Do not just drop. Control your body weight for a strict 3-second count on the way down. Let your lats fully stretch at the bottom. That eccentric stretching under heavy load is the trigger for explosive muscle growth. If you cannot do a strict bodyweight pull-up yet, I do not care. Use a resistance band. Use a machine. Your muscles do not know how many plates are stacked. They only know tension. Build up to clean sets of 8 to 12 reps. Once you own your body weight, strap a chain around your waist, add plates, and become a monster. The thickness protocol. So you're doing pull-ups, your back is getting wider, but we have a massive problem. Go look at most guys who only do pull-ups. From the front, they look decent, but turn them to the side and they completely disappear. Their back is flat, two-dimensional, zero depth, zero armor. Why? Because your lats have two distinct functions: pulling vertically, which is shoulder adduction, and pulling horizontally, which is shoulder extension. If you only pull from above, you are only building half a back. You need depth. You need thickness. You need the bent-over barbell row. This exercise does not just hit the lats, it annihilates your rhomboids and your middle and lower trapezius. These are the deep, stabilizing muscles that sit between your shoulder blades. If these muscles are weak, your body will neurologically limit the amount of force your lats can produce. It is like trying to fire a heavy artillery cannon out of a small wooden canoe. It will not work. You need a concrete base. Here is the tactical setup. Walk up to the bar. Grip it just outside side shoulder width. Hinge at the hips. Your torso should be locked in at a 45-degree angle. Your spine is a straight, unbreakable line of steel. If your lower back rounds even a fraction of an inch, drop the bar. You are done. Before you pull, execute a hard scapular retraction. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Now, drive your elbows up and back, pulling the bar to your lower chest. Squeeze the life out of your mid-back at the top, then control the weight down. If your lower back is compromised from old injuries, do not be an idiot. Switch to a chest-supported row on an incline bench. You get the exact same brutal lat stimulus with zero risk to your lumbar spine. Heavy weight, 3 to 4 sets, 6 to 12 reps. Build the armor. The lie detector. Now, I'm going to tell you a harsh truth about your body. You are crooked. You have a weak side. We all do. Your dominant arm opens doors, carries groceries, and throws punches. When you do a barbell row or a pull-up, your dominant side is quietly doing 60% of the work, while the weak side just goes along for the ride. Over time, this creates a massive structural imbalance. One lat gets wider, one shoulder blade gets tighter. Eventually, this leads to deep, nagging shoulder pain that you cannot explain. We need to isolate and destroy the weak link. Enter the single-arm dumbbell row. I call this the lie detector because the moment you do it right, your weak side is going to shake like a leaf. But go to any commercial gym and watch how people do this. It is a joke. They grab a massive dumbbell, yank it off the floor, and twist their entire torso toward the ceiling. They are using their momentum, their obliques, and their lower back. The lat is doing absolutely nothing. Here is the protocol. Lock your body in. You are a heavy, unmovable table. Hips square to the floor, shoulders square to the floor. Let the dumbbell hang dead. Feel your lat stretching toward the concrete. Now, do not pull up. Pull back. Drag your elbow in a straight line toward your hip, keeping it tight against your rib cage. Imagine your elbow is on a mechanical rail. Squeeze at the top, lower it under strict control. The golden rule here, always start with your weak side. If your left arm maxes out at 8 clean reps, your right arm only does 8 reps. Do not do 10 just because you can. You match the weak side until the gap is closed. That is how you build structural perfection. The finishing strike. By now, your back is completely exhausted, but we have one final strike to make. Think about the 3 movements we just did. Pull-ups, barbell rows, dumbbell rows. What do they all have in common? They all require you to bend your elbow, and whenever the elbow bends, the bicep gets involved. Because your biceps are infinitely smaller than your lats, they will always gas out first. Your arms are failing before your back is truly destroyed. We need an execution move that completely removes the arms from the equation. The straight arm cable pull down. Face a high cable pulley. Attach a straight bar or a rope. Step back to create tension. Keep your arms completely straight with just a micro bend in the elbow to protect the joint. Lock them in place. They do not bend from this point forward. Lean slightly forward. Now, using nothing but your lats, sweep the bar down in a massive arc until it hits your thighs. Imagine you are standing in a pool, pushing a heavy body of water down toward your legs. At the bottom, violently contract your lats. Squeeze them hard. Then, fight the cable on the way up. Let your arms rise until you feel a deep, tearing stretch all the way down your ribcage. Hold that stretch for a second. Sweep back down. Do this for 3 sets of 15 reps. Your biceps will feel nothing. Your lats will feel like they are on fire. The action plan. Bruce Lee did not build a legendary physique by accident. He built it through precision, biomechanics, and a refusal to train like everybody else. If you are tired of doing the same useless workouts and getting 0 results, it is time to change the protocol. Stop pulling with your ego. Start building a foundation of raw, functional power. If you are ready to stop making excuses and start building a physique that commands respect, hit the link in the description. Grab grab my complete beginner fitness guide and start your 8-week transformation today. No fluff, no BS, just the exact blueprint you need to get strong. If you found value in this breakdown, destroy the like button right now. Let me know in the comments which exercise you are adding to your routine today. And click the video on the screen to learn exactly how Charles Bronson built superhuman strength in solitary confinement. Train hard, stay lethal. I will see you in the next one.